This is Toby. My program is just taking off. I've made a whole bunch of new changes. It's simpler and simpler. Um, and I want to show you guys how it works. And I'm excited about it. So, the way it works is my program puts these arrows, um, major arrows, right next to the prices up here. And then below, it puts minor arrows, um, ones that aren't as good or as certain as the ones that are up here by the price. So you'll have red arrows above the price, and you'll have green arrows over like here below the price. Okay. Um, and this is day trading again. So hopefully I'll make this a 10-minute video or less. The bars that I had for my other programs that you've seen on other videos, they're still here, but I made them invisible. You can't see them. But I added some more things down here, and everything is like volume-based trading. This is volume-based trading. That's why I think it's so good. I got tons of accumulations of volume and different things like Toby's own VWAP program, um, and I got like major arrows on top here that you can follow, and then minor ones down here you can follow. Let me explain the 4 rows. I mean, the arrows are obvious. The little green dots, or these are red dots, so they'd be a red or green. These are the only ones that aren't really volume based. These are based on the RSI indicator, as well as some other stuff like the price and momentum. So that the red dots are the only ones that aren't really volume based. And these are actually partially volume based as well. The top row of black triangles, um, it's not just black triangles, because sometimes you'll see a red one, and that when you see a red one here down here, it corresponds to a red down arrow there. Same thing if this was a green one, you'd see a green up arrow over here by the price. So, and then the next 2 rows have to do with whether my program thinks the stock is, or yeah, the stock price is going to go up. Um, so for example, and also volume. So you see these blue triangles at the top of these candles. That means that particular candle, there's been lots of volume trading going on, right? Um, and so you'll notice the greens are down here, but you won't see any arrows because if you look at this blue triangle, it's all by itself. There's not a blue triangle on either side of it, you know. Where it gets tricky is when you get a whole bunch of blue triangles here. That means a whole bunch of volumes going on. People are buying and selling, and the stock will change, definitely change. Or down here you just have one, but you notice you also have a green, 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 and down here you'll have green, green, greens. And so there's this a strong move, not strong enough to have an arrow, and so it could change. And sure enough, it goes green, 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 and comes back down, and then you get then you get 3 more greens, and 2 of them are blue triangles. So this is a strong move as well. When you see all these blacks down here, that means people aren't trading as much. So, like over here is a good example. You got red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle. So what happened is the price went up, hit this line, and then a whole bunch of people sold, and then now it's low volume, so you have all these black things down here. And what happened is, since no one's buying, if you own a stock and you want to sell it, and all of a sudden people don't want to buy it, so the price is, all right, well, I'm going to lower the price. Now they're going to bid less and see if anybody will buy it now. No one does. So they keep on doing it and doing it and doing it until finally it becomes so low that people start buying again, and that's why you got these greens down here. So when you see greens, it just means the price is going to go up. Blacks are like not much has happened, and then if you get oranges and reds over here, like here, the prices will tend to drop. Okay, so the dash line, as always here, the vertical dash line means it's end of the day, beginning of the next day. and day starts out with a blue triangle. Does that mean in a green bar? What is that? My indicator down here says it thinks it's going down, and what happens? It goes down. And there's two oranges, which means it's probably even going more down. And then you see a bunch of reds, and it's going down. So what do? Well, the first candle here is blue, and you can draw a line across there, resistance line, and wait for it to break. And this is, again, beginning of the day is like the most action going on, so you can, it's a little bit risky buying right in the first three candles. You can if you want, and you got, because you do have a blue candle, and right there, boom, the price goes down. It breaks through this line, boom, and now the question is this going to be, this is another blue candle, so we draw another line here, or we can draw a line there as well. Obviously the price is going down. It's already broken the first candle, so we could legitimately get in over here anywhere we want, but we can be extra safe because it's the beginning of the day. And what happens? Well, it broke through here, goes back up, breaks through again. That's a pretty good break. And then the next candle, it opens down here and closes. So it opens right down there, and it's way below that line, and way below that line, and way below that line. So it's time to enter. So we're going to enter here. So the price starts dropping, and boom, another candle hits. And now, so we can, now we got to be a little careful because we got a blue triangle, and also we have this green up arrow here. It's saying, I think it's going to go up. So we go to where this blue candle is, and we draw a line, right? But we see this green triangle. I think it's time to get out. So we'll get out the next candle, which is like there. And anyways, so we made this little profit here. It's you have to believe me, but this is a 1%. It went from that price to that price. Okay. So now the price starts going back up. We draw a resistance line. Here's the blue triangle. The price breaks through that resistance line. We get in, and it goes back up. The price hits this resistance line and heads back down. So we draw this here, and we could hang on or get out. Now it's 7 o'clock, and some people might start work at 7. So if you took your laptop to work, it's time to exit out. So you can make this buy here and exit out there. That's a 2% gain. So you would have made 1% on a short sell, 2% on a normal sell. You'd have made 3% in a half an hour when it's most volatile. Or if you have time to wait it out, you could keep on trading. And so here's where you use the normal vertical line stuff. You can see it coming down. The price is coming down here, and you notice where you entered here, so the price is still above where you entered it. You entered it right here, right? So since the price is still above there, you can hang on for a little bit. What's happening? Well, right here you see it a green, right? So on this candle here you see green, which means things are turning around. And what happens? Next candle, it went up, and then you get it up. So you have two up candles. And now what happened? Now you have a valley. So you can take and draw a vertical line here, and this is not a vertical, diagonal resistance line. And what happens is the price went up, hit this resistance line because there was a resistance here, and bounced back down, hit the diagonal resistance, bounced back up, went sideways, finally he went back up, there's a peak, hits that, comes back down, but down to here. So now you have another place, and if you look down here, you see all these greens, right? And you see a green here and a green dot. So you have all these greens. You don't see any, or beginning you saw reds. Now you see greens. So in my program, you can follow the reds and oranges, and then follow the greens down here. And also you have some arrows below the line. Arrows below the line are like telling you, like this is a peak here, which it is, but it's still not as strong as this one up here, which says this peak. It's a peak, but it's probably gonna. It's a really strong one. The price is gonna start changing. Maybe start heading back down. So, but this one these ones right here could also mean it's just a mini peak. So the stock is cycling, goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. So here was this line going up, resistance line, and right here it broke through, and you could draw a line like this as well, because there's these guys go dot, dot, dash, dash, and it's hitting this thing, right? Well, what's happening? Well, we look down here and we have a yellow arrow going down, which says, hey, I think it might go down, but it's yellow, so it's not very strong. And you have a blue volume, but then you have two greens still. The greens, you notice that is a green up candle, green up candle, green up candle, and then you have some blacks. So the line price dropped through, but it looks still like it's going up. We don't see any oranges going in here. So what happens? The price starts going up, and now you get two green arrows up here. It's going up, and look at all these volumes. Boom, 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 boom. And then we got a red candle. This is a peak. You get a lime color down here. We're going to hang on to it because we got blacks. And then black means people aren't buying it, so the price drops because people aren't buying, and sellers are going to have to drop the price. And all of a sudden, boom, we got some greens. People are going to start, the price goes up because it becomes more valuable. And now we got a valley here and a valley there. Really, we have a new one. Anyways, so here it comes. The price comes down. We get a red arrow, and we have a bunch of reds and oranges down here. This would be a legitimate place to sell. So we could sell right here, and there would be nothing wrong with that. If we did, we would have made 26.30 to 29.40, 90 cents. That'd have been a 3.5% gain right there. Nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. However, yeah, we were right here. This is that resistance line. The blue line is actually the resistance line, but it is also, it's also my the blue line represents the trade I'm doing. So, remember if we're not sure what we do, we look at where see there's a blue triangle, kind of hard to see because my price line's in the way. We draw a line at the bottom, a horizontal support line at the bottom of this red candle, and we can wait to see if it goes through and breaks that. So in other words, when we exit, it should be for two reasons, or three reasons. We have to have three confirmations. One, the diagonal line gets broken through, right? And this was the diagonal line here, and the price broke through here, so now we have a new diagonal line. Anyways, I got too many lines up there. But also we have to break the horizontal line. So here's the blue triangle, and this is the candle, and we make that our new horizontal line. And so we're waiting for the price to go through it, but it doesn't go down. It keeps on going up. So we're going to hang back in there. Now we got another red arrow saying the price will drop, and it does. But we draw our diagonal line in here. Again, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. We draw our straight horizontal line from the last blue volume bar. So we draw it across, and this next candle breaks through it a little bit. This one hits it, next one hits it, this one hits it again. But it doesn't really break through it, and then it goes back up, so it keeps on going up. Then it comes back down. And now we got this green resistance diagonal line. We got a new diagonal line. It comes down, hits the diagonal, goes back up, comes down, breaks through the diagonal. So the price broke through. That's one of them where it broke through. We get 3 down arrows, so this is probably going to be it. And then we got our candle with the blue triangle, which is volume, and we draw again our horizontal resistance line. And what happens? It breaks through that line, that candle. So we get out the next candle right there. Why? Because it broke everything. It broke the diagonal resistance line, it broke the horizontal resistance line, and we got a whole bunch of red down arrows. So here's where we exit out of our trade. And I'm telling you, that's a 6% gain on that one. Down to here, plus the initial 1% trade down here. So we just made 7%. That's how my system works. It's totally volume based, and I really like it now. I'm ready to trade. So I've done a bunch of paper trading or pretend trading. So I think what I'd do is start out with like a small amount, like 100 shares, and try trading that. So I can start work at 7:30, so I can bring my laptop to work and not punch in until 7:30 and get a couple trades in. And then when you get more sophisticated, you can put in fancier orders in, like, and have it like we'd call it a trailing stop. So it's like, as long as the price is going up and it stays a certain amount below, like from here to here, don't, once it drops, below a certain point, then it'll sell. For another lesson. All right, well, guys, that's it.